Hey everyone, hi from my studio. I read an interesting article today about creativity and worry and AI, and where this all leaves us. So many people are currently worried about so much about the future, about AI. Is AI actually taking away from the creatives as it can pretty much write up anything? Well, the article was interesting in the sense that yes, AI can take a lot of repetitive things away from us, but what it cannot copy, what it cannot replace, is the creativity of the human being. Our creative ideas were like children. We come up with totally new ways of doing this. And in this article, the author wrote about how he interviewed employees from some companies, big companies that are involved in the creative realm, about innovation and how easy is it for them to bring in something new, how easy is it for the companies to actually welcome something new, something different, to deviate from the old paths. And what came up a lot is, well, we don't have the time to explore this. And then another big aspect was fear of failure. So if they came up with a grand new idea about doing something different and they failed, so they rather stay away from being in the sandbox and playing like children, coming up with something totally unconventional. And this plays in the smaller realm too, small businesses, where we rather stay with the old rather than being out of the box and coming up with something new. And we all knew that the greatest inventions came from that place of messing things up, being willing to make mistakes, being willing to totally be judged for it. Where does this leave us all as creators? Worrying is an energy that is actually keeping us from creating. It is very destructive. Worry will put the creator into destruction mode, into depression, not being able to come up with something new because the mind, this head, is always chiming in, always talking, always saying what is wrong, what is not working, judging, and so forth. When we look at children, they are playing, they are wild, they are untamed. They don't have any preconceived ideas. They just throw things together. They are totally willing to make mistakes. Oh, well, they get over it in a second, maybe a minute. But we dwell on it, and we are so afraid of making mistakes that we rather don't create rather than making a mistake. How do we get out of all of this? Well, let's bring us back into play mode. And how do we do this? So this morning I went in my studio and I just thought, what can I create? Just for me, what is really good to do is dabbling where I don't think. So this morning then I wrote 2, maybe 3 words, and then I just stayed with it and went from there. So I show this to you and I say, outplay worry. So what do I mean by that? Outplaying worry is sort of similar to outcreating worry. Outplaying is where we bring ourselves into this quiet mode of just playing, just for fun, just dabbling, meaning this takes the significance out of it. I'm not saying, oh, I'm going to paint a masterpiece, which is very destructive from the beginning, right? So when we play, and I think I have now paint all over me on my feet. Oh well. Whereas when we play, there's no points of view. We are in this space of children just playing, right? Having fun, just experimenting, being totally, when we play, it can easily go wrong. Oh, then we just do another one, or we paint it over, or whatever, right? So playing. And I use this a lot in my play shops, workshops, where we come from this place of play. Well, what if today we just experiment? We don't have to be serious. Outplay all your worries. Play, 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 play. Outplay. The seriousness is like such a destructive element when we are serious. There is hardly, if any, space for play. So, outplay worry. So when we outplay worry, it's like outcreate it. We play, and by playing, we outcreate worry. It's this space where worry cannot exist. When we play, worry all of a sudden disappears. In my workshops, it gets very quiet, and everybody is just breathing, everybody is just playing and exploring color, maybe colors they have never tried out, or combinations of colors they have never tried out. So anyway, when I go in this dabbling, like just drawing, just playing, there's such a lightness. There's things that all of a sudden show up. Here we go. I show this to you. Outplay worry. Okay, I bring this a little closer. And so what started first with the words that I wrote down and I outlined, and just picking the colors, very easy, very like nonchalant, just pick 2 colors, out, play, worry. And if you take play away, out, worry. You're out. I don't worry anymore. So that will bring the creator back in, because we all are powerful creators. We are like the dragons. By the way, see here, the dragon that came in. It came out of the blue. It is actually, this is a piece of Yupo paper, and I had it underneath my last lake painting. And so some of the watercolors went, on this sheet below the painting, and it left some of the blues here and some other colors just on the borders, and I used those. This is playing, using it, but I didn't know I would use it. It was in the moment, so I kept going, and I brought in some yellowish tones on top of play, and then can you see these swirls here in yellow? Maybe this doesn't come through quite well here, but you will see it in a picture. And then so on the side here, there was more paint left over from my other painting that was on top. Up here, see, I'm doing all these dots, just dots, and then shapes are forming, and I'm playing the flower, and then more swirls. I could go on forever with this, like all these little dots, all these shapes that appear. And the message is that when we leave worry behind and we come into the realization that we are powerful creators, we just go dot by dot, choice by choice. This is a choice moment, right? Outplay worry. You could say outplay fear, outcreate fear, whatever you want to use. And if you want to make a painting like this, a drawing, just pick one of those. Outplay, outcreate, blank, whatever it is for you that is going on currently, that is not the powerful infinite creator, right? I mean, a powerful infinite creator can be sad, can have a bad day, can have challenges. That's not a wrongness. But the thing is, when we worry, it's a nagging, it's like a very down weighing, down pulling energy that is sort of lingering. It does not just easily just go away, right? It is persisting and insisting, and it is like a really bad weed, so it's good to pull it out out of our garden of creation. And so to bring us back into this, how can I say, into this knowing that we don't need to worry. It's not really us. It's not the infinite being that gets stuck in something. It might have something fly by, a worry, a concern, blah blah, but it will not get stuck in it. It will move on and go back into creation. The moment when we allow these negative frequencies to pull us down, please watch for that. What happens? It takes us out of this forward moving action into this lingering, like a stagnant pond. And we can even go as far as not wanting to create, like it inhibits us somehow. It's a very, very invasive thing. And so I encourage you all to watch for this. And this is an exercise that things like this I do in my creativity workshops. This can be for you, for the participants, just a reminder. Like you can frame it, you can hang it on the wall. Just a reminder, like an anchor for yourself to go to in the moment that you have this heaviness about you. It is something energetic that is lingering. So how do you get you out of it? It's like doodle, draw, make something, create something as a reminder for yourself. For me, it is a breather where I don't have to insist upon a painting. I need to give myself this space, actually, especially when I have not been in my studio for several days, at times weeks, where I'm out and about. So to get myself back into this creation mode, into the quiet, into the calm in my studio, I draw or I read. And then see, this article that I read this morning inspired me to do this. And it was fun for me to do it. I really enjoy these little details, and like the letters are starting to dance. So the metaphor of that is also like play. See, there is some like little dust that is going down onto worry. Play is dissolving worry. Like worry starts to dissolve. Worry also starts to receive the golden swirls that come from play, outplay. So there are golden swirls that are dropping upon this, and then this even starts to become lighter. And then when we outcreate this, see, there is like an outflow here. When we do outplay worry, there is future that we are creating. See the dragon up here. It's not really there yet, but the particles, the molecules are being created in the moment we make a choice to do something different. And so then here's the dragon, and I didn't even know it would be there. It showed up, and it's just sitting there on the rock and joyful. And who would have known that a dragon is there, right? And so this is also a metaphor. Who would have known that a dragon is there in you? That you are so powerful, that you don't have to go into the trauma and drama that is perpetrated everywhere right now. You don't have to. It's a choice. And you can make a different choice. You don't have to be afraid of failure. So what? The willingness to fail also brings the possibility for great successes. And not everything that we choose will be a great success. It cannot be, it will not be. We have to be willing to fail, to totally fail, and to start over, to do it different, to deviate, right? So I hope this is a contribution to you. Outplay, play more. The message is the message. Play, bring playback in playback. Bring playback into your life. Bring play, back into your life. Words, words, they are so powerful. So, and if you're interested in coming to one of my workshops, let me know at bettinamedini.art and bettinamedini.com, where you can sign up for my workshops. There's one on November 1st, and you can also sign up or just send me an email that you're interested in my play shops, and I will let you know when things are coming up. Have a wonderful day. Bye.